Hi, guys. This is another session in the series of Stay at Home, Be a Hero. We will try to help you go through this coronavirus lockdown so that you can break the chain and make sure that we all come out safe during this period of time. If you like this video, please do share it with your friends who are preparing for CAT and other MBA entrance examinations. Please do subscribe to this channel. You can leave your comments, feedback regarding this video and any other video on our channel, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. If you would like, please do subscribe to our courses as well. The link is available in the description. Let's get on with it. Hi, this is a question which is on interpreting graphs, data interpretation, calculation, arithmetic, everything combined. Basically, everything that you need in a data interpretation set is available here. It's a pretty lengthy set, and if you look at each of the questions, they also have additional information which is given to you. I'll recommend pause this video here, look at the PDF. The link will be available in the description of this video. Once you've tried this set on your own, then proceed with the rest of this session. A rating agency, Tibble, has consolidated the placement statistics across the top 50 MBA colleges in the country. Okay. Each student in each of these colleges was placed in exactly one of the four specializations: finance, consulting, marketing, and HR. So these are the four areas. Okay, so you have finance, consulting, marketing, HR. This is there in all the three graphs. Each student was also classified on the basis of his past work experience before commencing his MBA as experienced or fresher. So people with work experience are experienced, people without are fresher, or there is some classification. So you are either experienced or a fresher. Further, the rating agency also classified the gender of each student and found that each student identified himself as male or female. Okay, so there is no third gender which is there, right? So only males or females, that's another bifurcation. The following graphs provide the summary of the data collected by Tibble. Okay, so right now we have by stream, you have work experience or fresher or experienced and fresher and male and female, right? And if you look at it, this is non-engineers. Okay, so there are experienced engineers, experienced non-engineers, experienced engineer freshers, non-engineer freshers. So there is another classification which is engineering and non-engineering. Okay, so we'll have to look at that. So there is three granularity of a table. Now, if it was just one particular college, then it would look like a Venn diagram sort of a case. But here, there are like four different streams, right? So we'll have four different Venn diagrams. You don't need to draw a Venn diagram. You can try to solve it, but we'll try to do it using a table. Okay, just let's quickly go through the questions. What do they say before we jump and create the table? What is the ratio of the number of non-engineer males placed in HR to the number of female engineers placed in HR? So this talks about ratio. This also talks about ratio. This also gives you a ratio, and this is a direct comparison. So there is nowhere where the total number of students is given. Everything is in terms of ratio, one with respect to the other, right? So we can assume a total value for a stream and then try to calculate that. Okay, now let's quickly go through what is the bifurcation which is required. Okay, so you have four streams. You have finance, consulting, marketing, HR, right? So the first bifurcation is work experience and no work experience. So you have experienced people and fresher, right? That will be the first graph. The second graph is percentage of non-engineers. So part of the experience will be engineers, others will be non-engineers. So engineers, non-engineers, right? And then there's a percentage of males. So you have experienced engineer male, experienced engineer female, then you'll have experienced non-engineer males, experienced non-engineer females, fresher engineer males, fresher engineer females, fresher non-engineer males, and fresher non-engineer females. So using these three, you'll have to construct this table. So this is 8 into 4, 32 items is what you need to fill up. Okay, so let's quickly do that. It should not be very difficult. Okay, so let me try it out for one or two. we can do it for the rest also. I will not do it for all. I mean, it will take you another 2-3 minutes to do for the rest as well. Okay, I've just switched the graphs here to create some space for me. Okay, so let's assume there are 100 people in finance. Okay, or 100% is the total finance capacity. 60% are with work experience. So 60 here, 40 here. Right, so this is taken care of. Now let's look at the split here. In finance, this is percentage of non-engineers. Right, out of the 60 people who are experienced, right, 50% of the experienced people are non-engineers. 50% of the 60, which means 30 people are non-engineers. 30 people are non-engineers, which means the balance 60 minus 30, another 30 people will be engineers, right? So this is taken care of. Now what does the other graph say? 30% of freshers are non-engineers. 30% of freshers are non-engineers. So 30% of 40 will be 12, which means this total will be 40 minus 12, 28. Right, this is taken care of. Now, how do we bifurcate this further? Okay, these are 4 values. Okay, 50% of experienced engineers are males. 50% of experienced engineers. Right, experienced engineers is total is 30. 50% of them are males. So 15 males. So the balance 15 will be females. This is out. 40% of experienced non-engineers are males. 40% of experienced non-engineers are males. 40% of 30 will be 12, which means the balance will be 18. 30 minus 12, 18, or 60% of 30 is 18. Right. Next, you have 25% of engineer freshers are males. Engineer freshers are males, 25%. 25% of 28 will be 7. So balance will be 28 minus 7, 21. Right, and the last one, 33.33%, which means 1/3. 1/3 of non-engineer freshers. Non-engineer freshers are males. 1/3 will be 4. So the balance will be 8. This is done. Now let's do it for another stream just to get our concepts in place. So let's do it for HR. So we'll look at this, and this. Right, try to fill this up. Again, we'll assume 100% for HR. Right, 20. Right, 20% is people with experience. So balance 80% will be people without work experience. Out of 20, 80% are non-engineers. 80% are non-engineers. 80% of 20 is 16. So balance should be 4. Similarly, if you look at the freshers part, 40% of freshers don't have, 40% of freshers are non-engineers. So 40% of 80 will be 32. This should be 80 minus 32, 48. So this is done. Okay, let's look at this. 100% of experienced engineers in HR are males. So this should be 4, which means this should be 0. Right. For this, 25% will be males. So 25% will be 4. This will be 12. This is out. Again, for this, 25% are males. So this will be 12 and 36. And the last one also is 25%. 25% will be 8. This should be 24. Right, and I can similarly fill for the others as well. It's actually easier to do it on a paper rather than on a one. I mean, if you are patient, in about 3 minutes, 3 to 4 minutes, you'll be able to construct this entire table. Right, remember, this is not the number of people. This is basically as a percentage of, so if finance is 100%, as a percentage, this is the split. If consulting is 100%, this will be the split. So if consulting is 200, everything will become twice of this. If marketing total is 300, then everything will become 3 times this. Obviously, it cannot be 300 because you cannot have 3 times this. So marketing will be a even multiple of 100, right? So for HR, again, if this is 100, this is how the split is going to be. So once this is done, we can proceed with the questions. Let's start. Okay, first one. what is the ratio of number of male non-engineers in HR? Male non-engineers HR. So in HR, you want male non-engineers. So it can be 4, and on the fresher side, it will be 8. So 4 plus 8 will be 12. That will be your LHS. 2, the number of female engineers placed in HR. You want female who are engineers. 0 inexperienced, 36 in non-experienced. So 0 plus 36 will be 36. 12 is to 36 will be 1 is to 3. Option D will be your correct choice. Question number 2. If the number of students placed in consulting is 4 times the number of students placed in HR. This is what we discussed. So if this is 100, this should be 400. So everything should be 4 times this value. Everything should be 4 times this value, right? If you assume HR is this, right? What is the ratio of the number of females placed in consulting to the number of males placed in HR? Okay, females in consulting. Let's first calculate the raw part. Females in consulting will be 14 plus 12 plus 17 plus 3. This is 20. 20 plus 26 is 46. Then you need to multiply by 4 because there are 400 students here, right? So this is for every 100 students. So for 400 students, it will be this into 4. Okay, now this obviously will be A. You can straight away mark A because 46, when you cannot factor it even more, and there is nothing which has 46 in it. So you can stop it here, but just for convenience sake, let's go and try it on this side. Okay, see, 46 is 23 into 2. So even if you get 23, the worst it will go to is 23, but there is no 23 over here. So you can directly mark A. But let's, for convenience sake, let's try the second part as well. Number of males in HR. Males in HR will be 4, 4, 12, and 8. That's 8, 8 plus 12, 20, 20 plus 8, 28. Right? If you divide by 4 on both sides, that will be 46 is to 7. Now, I don't need to multiply this by 4 because we know consulting is 4 times HR. So 400 and 100. Right? Pretty straightforward. Question number 3. If the number of students placed in finance, consulting, marketing, and HR are in the ratio 2 is to 3 is to 3 is to 2, which of the following stream has the highest number of female engineers? I need maximum number of female engineers, and the ratio is given as 2 is to 3 is to 3 is to 2. So if there are 200 in finance, there will be 300 in consulting, 300 in marketing, and 200 in HR. So we'll multiply this at the very end. Let's calculate the raw values just like we did in the previous one. Okay, what do we need? I need female engineers, right? So 15 and 21. So I need to add this column and this column. 15 and 21 is 36. 14 and 17 is 31. 9 and 7 is 16. 0 and 36 is 36. Now you need to multiply. 36 into 2 is 72. 31 into 3 is 93. 16 into 3 is 48. And 36 into 2 is 72. Highest is the second one, which is consulting. Option B is your correct choice. And the last one, how many of the following statements are true for the students placed in marketing? Okay, so you need to look at only the marketing stream, Okay, first one, the number of female engineers with work experience. Female engineers with work experience. So experience, engineer, female, that's 9. Right, is greater than the number of male engineers without work experience. Male engineer without work experience, 7. 9 is greater than 7, so the first statement is true. Now I need to find how many of them are true. So I need to mark 1, 2, or 3, etc. Okay, second statement, the number of male engineers with work experience, right? The number of male engineers with work experience is more than the number of female non-engineers with work experience. Male engineers work experience. Male engineer work experience, that's 3, is more than number of female non-engineers with work experience. Right, female non-engineers with work experience. That's 4.5. Now 3 is not more than 4.5, so second is out, right? More than 2/3 of the number of students are females. So in marketing, more than 2/3 are females. How many females are there? 9 plus 4.5, 13.5 plus 7, 20.5 plus 42. So 62.5% are females. Now 2/3 is 66.66. So third is also out. And the fourth, the number of engineers without work experience. Number of engineers without work experience. Engineers without work experience. So you're looking at this. Is lesser than number of non-engineers with work experience. Engineers without work experience is 48. Is lesser than non-engineers with work experience. Non-engineers with work experience. That's 16. So 48 is not less than 16. So this is also out. So only the first statement is correct. So this is a brilliant question on data interpretation. The amount of data scares you, right? You see the three graphs in the first place, no information which is given. The initial urge is basically to leave this question. This is not a question which you should definitely not start the paper with. This is not the question to start your paper with. But if you keep your calm, right, and slowly build on what is actually given, right, you need to fill up this 32 data points, right? Filling up this data point actually becomes reasonably straightforward after a point of time. You know where is where is where. If you do it in sequence, it's not that difficult to fill this up. Key point was to fill this up as quickly as possible. This will take you between 5 to 7 minutes to fill this up. You spend that initial 5 to 7 minutes to fill this up. Each question can be solved in about 1.5 minutes time. It's a moderate to difficult purely because of the amount of data which is given to you, right? It will require you upwards of 10 minutes, maybe 12 to 13 minutes in an exam situation. That completes this particular session on Break the Chain. If you liked it, please do share it with your friends who are preparing for CAT and other MBA entrance examinations. Please do subscribe to this channel. Leave a comment on how you felt this video was. If you want, and if you have any suggestions on any other videos which we need to do during this period, please do let us know. If you would like to, do look at our courses. The link is available in the description. Till we meet again the next time, goodbye and stay safe.